Hey guys, this is Samuel Filipino 95 here, and it is 10:01 p.m. here on the West Coast right now. I just got done watching the most recent episode of Empire, episode 3. Now, before I get into somewhat a review of this episode, let me explain what happened last week and why I didn't upload an episode review about that. I'm part of this college program, and it takes up a lot of my time. I have to put in 20 hours a week, and yeah, so I got that, and then plus I go to school, so yeah, so a lot of things are gonna keep me how do I say this? They're gonna keep me busy, so I'm not always gonna upload on at a certain or set time, but I will do my best. And again, I'm kind of getting back into this thing, and it's kind of my first real attempt at it. So yeah. Anyway, aside from all of that, let's talk about Empire. Wait up. Yeah. Okay. Empire Season 3, Episode 3. So, this episode was pretty interesting. I gotta admit, Empire's storytelling just keeps on getting better and better and better. I will say this though. I kind of feel bad for Andre. Why? Well, in the last episode, oh, by the way, okay, now I can go on. In the last episode, Andre was arrested for allegedly breaking into a person's house. Now, based on the 3 episodes that have happened this season, it seems that the focus or the theme of this season's Empire seems to be based upon police brutality and just overall racism. And the way that they're going about it is a really unique and very interesting way. And I kind of feel like people would probably get a better understanding if they were to see this show. So, but again, to all of those who watch Empire on a regular basis, they know what I'm talking about. For those that don't know, why are you even watching this video? And more importantly, you need to watch the show, because it is that damn good. And by that damn good, I mean really good. I mean, the storytelling is just, again, phenomenal. And twists and turns you wouldn't even expect, or even the minor details, such as when Andre was hitting on the that one chick who was an attorney. Most of us didn't think that she was going to come back until season 2 happened, and when she came back, that was a bit of a shock. But Andre was just trying to do something for his dad. Anyway, so Andre, of course, he goes to trial, and he's just arrested for allegedly breaking into a house. By the way, that house was a house he used to live in. He was just carrying out some boxes. What's the whole problem? And then, of course, we figure out some woman just ratted him out. Really? Okay. The main problem with that is if Andre goes in carrying a big box and he gets in without signs of forced entry, I think even a blind person can figure out that, oh, okay, he used to live here. Anyway, enough about Andre for now. Alright, keyword for now. Moving on. So, the next thing that seems to happen in this episode is, Jamal. Now, when the first time we see Jamal in this episode is he is in a PTSD meeting or PTSD rehab meeting. I gotta admit, that's pretty interesting of him and kind of out of character for him to just go to a meeting about PTSD rehab all on his own. And then on top of that, we later find out that he was supposed to go somewhere else. But, of course, he wants to go and see if he can cure this himself. But something a little interesting happened because a fan of this show knows that Jamal in the show is gay. And the guy who is, who leads this little rehab circle starts talking to him. And usually when someone starts talking and when they give them a card or their number, I think you can paint the picture. So I have a feeling we're going to see that dude again sometime soon. Maybe sooner than later. But the big thing, Mariah Carey was in this episode! I gotta admit, Mariah Carey in this episode, I kind of expected her to be coming along further down in the season, but hey, I honestly didn't expect that she would appear in the third episode. So it seems that Mariah Carey's character in the show grew up with Cookie or is best friends with Cookie. I don't know how that worked, and even Jamal was asking how the hell does this happen. So it seems that Mariah Carey is just playing herself, and Jamal's all confused, being like, how the hell did his mom pull this off? But you gotta admit, it's really smart of Cookie to bring in Mariah Carey when Jamal is struggling, just to get himself back together after that fateful day where he took the bullet for his pops. Speaking of his pops, Lucius. Oh god. Okay. Oh, one more thing. For this episode. Okay. Now, in the beginning, after, the whole flashback thing where they say, previously on Empire. I don't know how that guy does it. Anyway, so Lucius is, of course, sitting in his chair, and he's just like this. And Anika wants to talk to him, and, he's concerned about getting 10 million subscribers. And by the time we see that, he's already at 6 million something. And Anika notices that Lucius is going like this when she's trying to speak to him. Now Anika promptly decides, oh my god, do I call an ambulance? Do I do this? Next thing you know, some random chick just showed up. Giving him, I gotta admit, that was interesting, and not the way that you would think. I mean, I'm not saying that because I'm not saying that in a perverted way. I'm only saying that because I do not remember an episode where we opened up like that, and I'm sorry, but later on in the episode, Anika ends up doing the same thing. The only difference? Well, she hooked up with some random dude who she met earlier in the episode. I think it was the package guy who was making a delivery or something. I don't know how the hell she pulled that off. But when Mama Lucius snitched on her, ouch. I was kind of expecting Mama Lucius to just go off on her. But surprisingly, she called Lucius to handle the situation. But what made that little segment between Anika and Lucius interesting is how Anika was willing to take Lucius down with her, because Anika ends up saying that, oh, okay, Well, hold on, scratch that. Lucius, of course, is being Lucius, and he's ranting, and he's like, "What the hell are you thinking? You live in my house, you live in this, blah 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 blah." Of course, he's doing his like little rant, and Anika calmly fires back. Note that she calmly fires back. Ouch! I don't think anybody was expecting that from Anika. I gotta admit, that gave me a little bit more respect. Keep it a little bit. The only reason I say a little bit is because, well, she tossed over Rana. Come on now. You really think I'm gonna let that slip? No. Anywho, another story arc I could probably talk about is Hakeem. Now, for all the fans of Empire that know what I'm talking about, Hakeem putting out a diss track to Tiana. Ooh, that's gonna sting. And more importantly, he was using Tiana's hook and chorus in his song. That just puts even more diss. More. And then the fact that both X and Lucius were just bumping to it. Just bumping. I gotta admit, that was pretty good. But you gotta really question, did Hakeem make the right move? Because earlier on in the episode, when he was trying to record, the diss track, because Tiana had kissed the dude on stage, right in front of Hakeem. Now, of course, that's gonna get Hakeem's blood boiling. I mean, hell, what other guy wouldn't if they were dating Tiana? Anyway, so Hakeem decides to fire back. The only problem is he kind of needs a female hook. And Lucius explained this earlier in the episode too. Like, he needs to have a female on the hook. Nessa, by the way, that's X's. I think that's supposed to be either Exhibit's niece or daughter. I don't know. But she's hesitant to do it. Why? She's got no beef with Tiana. I mean, what beef could she possibly have? But Exhibit does something that I did not see coming. I don't think any of us saw coming. He actually grabbed her by the throat. I gotta admit, Empire, you kind of know how to blur the lines between acting and making it feel realistic, Because Empire is based on the music industry. And it's supposed to be based off of, what happens when a music mogul company, it's the daily life. Especially when you have kids who are just bred for this company. So that kind of raises the question, is this what happens when, a niece or a daughter doesn't correspond with, the uncle or the producer or whatever? Because if so, hot damn. How do these people do it? Now, of course it's all fiction and all that, but honestly, it kind of feels like you can feel it, you can feel that it's real, but at the same time, that this is fiction. But again, I think Empire is a really good show because it's able to blur that line between fiction and reality. Fiction because, you probably wouldn't see Exhibit do something like that ever to someone. Reality, when Mariah Carey jumps in, and even when Mariah Carey is, they didn't even give, Mariah's, character a name. She just went by Mariah Carey. So, again, it just goes back to telling apart what is fiction and what is reality. And that's That's kind of why Empire is such a good show. You know? Now, of course, people are going to have their own opinions. People are going to have their differences about it. And, that's fine. But this is just how I see it. And the reason why Empire is probably such a successful show as it is right now is, again, the way that they are able to blur the lines between fiction and reality. And then, of course, you got the music and the twists and turns that no one sees coming. For example, season 2, when Cookie hooked up with that bodyguard, and everybody thought he was a cool dude and nothing was shady about him until they started making out. Then that's when it's revealed that he was part of that gang that had the bulls tattooed on their back. I gotta admit, even I didn't see that coming. I don't think anybody did, But again, I know I'm getting off track and off topic on all of this, but hey, that's kind of like what most of my videos are, But I'm still learning about all this stuff, and you just gotta cut me some slack on it, okay? The teaser for the next episode. I think Lucius and X are about to go to war. Why? Because there's a bunch of stacked guns, an empty warehouse, and more importantly, Exhibit said this: Lucius wants a war, he's gonna get a war. So, I think someone's gonna die in the next episode. Anyway, there is one more thing I do want to talk about. Maybe I'll put that in the other video. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, please. All of the views and all of the subscriptions really help me in the end. All right, but thank you guys for watching. I'm Samuel in Filipino 95. You guys have a good time.